Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast. Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, you know. What's good? This is episode 51 of the
Williams,
Heavyweight Podcast. I am your resident host, MC, for today.
That nigga.
We're three the hard way. Geek 40 couldn't be with us this evening, but I want to go ahead and say shout out to everyone, and I am with these two guys.
Kevin Wendell about to take a shot of that boom thayao.
Boom thayao. So we geekless, and this is how you start. Fuck it. I'm no lethal.
Oh, lethal. How were your weeks?
That's Jack and Coke for the people who don't know.
My week was good. I lit some fireworks and just hung out and cooked a lot.
Was there any traumatic activity in your neighborhood? Was there some shit popping off that shouldn't be popping off on the 4th?
Always.
Like fireworks?
Fireworks or just
Kevin, did you
bad activity in your neighborhood?
Did you light fireworks off yourself? Like you were the one with the lighter?
I don't know if I should. Well, I guess it's video evidence. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so before you lit them, were you like, watch this?
Nah, but I was with my Caucasian friend, and you know what happens when fire happens and alcohol with whites, they start to jump them.
Oh yeah.
So that was the stuff. But we were done by like, I think 9-10 o'clock around here. Got quiet. It was actually quite lovely. I was like, this is quite nice.
We were done early because I had to go to work the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
So it
was quite peaceful because of that at work. No one really went to work.
On Tuesday? No.
Yeah, it was a ghost town.
It was a
whole peaceful.
Yeah, it was a ghost town.
That's funny. Tuesday. Like, why can't it be like this all the time?
Yeah. Freeways weren't as trafficking as they usually are.
Monday felt like a Saturday. It was great.
Yeah.
And Tuesday
was nice.
Felt like a Monday. It felt like a Sunday. It was great.
It was nice.
My week was fucking exhausted. I actually worked 6 days. I don't know how I convinced myself to do that shit, but I did it.
You manned up. You said I got responsibilities and I'm gonna do what I do.
So I got fucking school clothes to buy.
That's
if
true.
If I want to help buy school clothes, I will put my Cash App in the description.
Cash App is gonna be
I need
a
help.
heavyweight. I'm
gonna put my personal Cash App. I need help.
GoFundMe.
I need help with these school clothes.
Nothing is off limits here at the Heavyweight Podcast. If you have understood that us three are family men with kids, and those kids have expenses. So yes, we will welcome any kind of cash in this motherfucker. But yes, my week was work, a short week, and I got good news from the doctor. So
that's what's up.
I'm enjoying that shit.
Are you gonna share the news?
I'm down weight, blood pressure down, and my blood sugar is down. So everything went into like the normal realm.
Good. Yeah. We don't have the round of applause thing, but you know
because
you know what it is.
And because you're down, I'm gonna turn up.
Right.
Salute.
So as you guys turn up, I guess you might as well get into this shit. Start the festivities here at the Heavyweight Podcast, episode 51. We made it over the half century mark now. It's crazy.
Half century.
So, topic number 1. I'm sure you've been bombarded with this video throughout your week. There's a woman who felt some type of way about one of the baby daddies, buying McDonald's for his kid in particular, but not for the rest of her kids. This video went viral. She wanted to, quote unquote, put him on blast and expose him for not bringing food for the rest of her kids and just bringing food for his kid daily.
First,
Yes, it was daily. He did
It was
every
daily,
day,
which means he was probably coming by,
every day.
bringing food, smashing, and going home daily.
Because she admitted that she still like fucking.
So this is a two-parter, but do you think that there's a problem with the fact that she felt like she was exposing him and the mentality that she had that he was supposed to have an automatic assumption of taking care of the rest of her kids? She had no problem with saying, well, your kid has, these are his siblings. Or do you don't think that there was already an issue there where she's taking the perspective of saying he should take care of the rest of her kids because they're related to his kid? And there's more to it. The backstory, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know all of that because I'm like, there's a lot of layers that started coming to my head. I was like, well, first of all, how old are those kids? If you're talking about some other 16-year-olds, some 16-year-olds, it's like, I'm not buying them.
We don't know
if they're little kids. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they're not little kids because she said that their child, the dude she was trying to expose, was her youngest child.
Yeah, her youngest.
So if the youngest was old enough to eat McDonald's, the other two had to be.
Yeah, so
you mean the other three?
Yeah, my bad.
She had four kids.
Another
three. And what got
go ahead, my bad.
What got me the most is she had a follow-up video where she was saying she wasn't the villain, and it made her look worse, where she said, you have to understand, when we were together, he was bringing food for all the kids. Then when we broke up, he only started bringing it for just his kid.
First of all.
And I said...
First of all,
that's mad petty though. That's mad petty.
That's not. That's mad petty.
That's mad petty.
No,
come on, man.
We don't. No, Kevin. I knew we wouldn't agree on this shit. That wasn't petty. Say, fuck them kids.
You a petty nigga. You know that.
I'm taking care of my child. You know how much?
Yeah, you ain't got.
You know how much McDonald's costs?
And speaking of the McDonald's, she threw
that shit on the ground.
On the ground instead of they can't eat, then he can't eat.
Look, I told my wife, I said, had that been some Chick-fil-A, I'm pretty sure he would have swung on her.
No, throwing it, both of them was fucking, that was stupid. I was like, y'all.
As a man, I am not obligated to take care of your other kids. We are
no, you're not obligated.
The dumb shit she said, well, my kids are getting over the breakup too. Miss, the fuck?
Yeah, it's all dumb.
I was coming around your kids because I was doing you. Like, I wasn't. We were together. I wasn't like, come on. Like, I don't owe your other children anything. Where they daddies at? Now, mind you, I feel like old boy made a poor decision by having a kid with this woman.
She was very, I will say she represents the bad side of that. For black women, she represents the bad, like she plays into the bad stereotype. I feel like that.
One dude said, by the way she looks, you can tell that gawk is gawking. Because I don't know no other reason. I don't know no other reason. Well, I mean, but come on. But he's not. He's not.
3 other kids before for a reason.
He's not obligated, but he jumped into that. He jumped into it.
No, he jumped in and then he jumped out.
He knew what he was getting into. Hold on.
He jumped in and then they broke up. He jumped out, and then she probably still feels some type of way about him because she keep sleeping with him after they're already broke up. So he's probably over there breaking her back, and she think, well, if you still breaking my back, you should still do for my. That's not how it worked, man.
It still has to be fire because as ignorant she sounded, and then bringing up the whole, well, I haven't gotten my food stamps yet. All this is perfect evidence. If he wanted full custody of his kid, he could have got it.
I said the same shit. I said I would use this video to get full custody of my child.
Good shit. Okay. Shit.
You should.
I'll tell you that. He gonna keep bringing McDonald's.
I mean, he's clearly He's clearly an active father. Because she said
I'm
he
not saying
brings
he's
food
not.
every day. That means he sees his child every day.
Not saying he's not an active father.
Kevin, he's not
It's still
obligated to feed.
petty.
He's not.
I didn't say he's obligated, but it's petty.
How is it petty?
Those is kids. Those is kids,
Hey man,
man.
you
Like
know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
buy
So,
fucking
I'm gonna come
you
over
can
to you.
buy
I'm gonna
dollar
stop by.
menus.
I'm gonna stop by your house tomorrow, and I'm gonna just throw my bills on the table with your bills. And since they there,
That ain't the same thing. That ain't even close to the same thing.
I mean,
Nigga,
that's
you
petty.
grown as fuck. You grown as fuck.
So is she. So is
Bro,
she.
I'm saying the kids. Just bring them cheeseburgers and let her
man,
ass watch.
bro. McDonald's
She can
ain't
sit
cheap.
there and be like, not the dollar menu though.
Come on, bro.
What and
Look,
why he
man,
buying him that?
one dude-
He buying him a soda this big every
Hell
day.
yeah.
Come on, man.
You know why? Because I'm only buying food for one. My extra large. And motherfucker might be thirsty later.
I can imagine
bring him
the
some water,
divide
like
in that house or that
Hey,
that divide when they side eyeing him like this.
One dude said, like, he was like, my son would just look at the other kid and say, well, I guess y'all daddies ain't shit because my daddy take care.
yeah, and that's where the problem is. That's just it's
That's
not.
but that's not
cool.
the kid's problem.
It's
Look here,
the
man.
kid's problem.
Look, like another dude said,
It's
I
the
agree with
kid's
him.
problem.
I agree with him. If my son is drippy or my daughter is drippy because I'm out here getting it, make sure she's taken care of, and your daddies ain't doing, it's not my responsibility to buy you.
No,
that's not my responsibility.
No, it's not. You're right, but you're not going to take all the kids out shopping.
And I guarantee you, she probably gets some type of child support for these kids because she's already on assistance.
I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah,
and that's a requirement to get assistance. So that's why when you look at the whole picture, I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel.
I didn't say
dumb.
I don't feel bad for her. It's nothing to do with her.
She's dumb.
Not her. She's wrong.
Look here.
I'm talking about the kids.
As a man, fuck them kids, but mine.
Damn.
See, a bigger question is, why do you think that mentality exists? Because that's a common mentality that
I'm responsible for all your kids.
Yeah. Like if you're
I didn't say responsible. I'm not saying he could pick his kid up and they could go to McDonald's. It'll be fine. You pick just your kid up. You have that time with him.
But he offered. He
like,
said,
it's a petty.
But he said, let my kid. He said, just give them the food, let them eat in your room, so that way they can't watch them eat. I'm not gonna do that.
No, yeah, okay. I get that. They're both wrong. I'm not saying anybody's.
No, they're both. No, they're not wrong, sir. She's wrong. He's in the right. See, here's the thing. Here's the problem. You guys
are not about her.
No, hold on. Wendell, you're saying that this man had to go above and beyond. His responsibility is to his child. It's to his child. It's not to his child. Matter of fact, he ain't got to bring his child McDonald's because I'm pretty sure she gets child support and food stamps. He ain't got to do that. So the fact that I'm bringing my child, I'm not responsible to feed your other children.
But you're taking it as I'm saying he has to. He doesn't have
to. You should have took them food stamps and got some food and stopped trying to have a goddamn crab boil.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong about that. All of those things are right. All of those things are right. But those, you can pick the kid up. Bring a pizza.
How about, no, fuck that. How about, what if my kid don't like, but what if my kid don't like pizza?
Now we're throwing all the extra shit in.
Huh?
But I'm still asking, where do you think this mentality stems from?
Oh, nigga, that's the system. It's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, it stems from the fact that they believe that they're old. They feel like if you deal with me, it's the whole. If you accept me, you have to accept everything about my life.
No, on both sides though.
Which is true in some cases, but this is not the case. But that's the thing. You
married, maybe.
Yeah, if they were married, then yes, you feed all them kids because you took on that responsibility when you agreed to marry her. But they were not together.
How long was they together?
It don't matter how long they together.
Because we're asking all this. Yeah, it does. What if that kid's 6?
Okay, it wasn't that long.
Together for just the whole 6 years, and then all of a sudden
it wasn't that long.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Wasn't long enough for me.
All that matters.
It does. I think it does. If you're in the house and you all live together for fucking 6 years, and then you just bounce and be like, "Fuck y'all,"
Kevin.
You don't think that's gonna fuck with the kids?
Kevin.
Yes, she's wrong too. Kevin. She's wrong, but I'm just saying, it's petty. It is petty.
This is why I fuck with fictitious, because he would say fuck them kids. I don't know who the
I don't say fuck them kids. I don't do that. I'm not saying.
So piggybacking off of this whole story and this situation, and after everything that's happened with the voting and woman's choice. Do you think right now it's more? This is probably one of those most integral times where men should, or men and women should choose wisely in picking the people they decide to lay with and have kids with. When you have situations like this where certain things are expected in certain situations, if you don't know what the other side's.
I think you should always choose wisely who you lay with.
Absolutely.
I think now
they don't.
The fact that you just can't go get she can't just go get rid of a baby or whatever. I think now you should be extra more particular. I think one thing I do agree with my wife says is that as boys, as men, we're not taught the value of I don't want like virginity or the value of sexual partners. Like you shouldn't be out here just slinging dick to anybody because that's how you get caught
common.
up. It's common. And that's and I mean we're all men here and you come on from the time we were teenagers, young boys, all you think about is, getting some, and it don't matter where you get it from, as long as if she's willing to let you, you're gonna do it. But that's the mentality that needs to be I guess coached out of kids. Like that's not
just getting to whether they're bragging and all that shit about body counts.
Yes. But see, but the weird thing is now the females are bragging about body counts.
No, that's what I mean. The whole, as a whole,
like that's some weird shit.
What's your body count? Like,
my body count's so low. They say I'm still a virgin.
Fuck it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I've been STD free since '83.
Yeah, as much people be
STD these free clinics since '83. I ain't never had a scare.
And going through constant shit. Yeah, I'm happy I didn't have that life. Shit.
No. In some ways, yeah, like you say, Stud. In some ways, being a nerd and an outcast, and a lot of chicks not really checking for me, helped me out.
It works in your favor. Yeah, you don't realize they do you favors.
That shit worked in my favor because had that shit been opposite, ooh shit.
You'd be seeing them now.
You would have been bad in school right now. That's where they at. Oh, you a nerd? Like, oh shit.
Oh yeah,
now they love nerds.
Now they're appropriating my culture.
Well, because they understand the 401ks and things probably come with that life. Some sort.
You're gonna have a good future.
Safe one.
You about to have a good future. You could take care of me.
Ain't no nigga bringing McDonald's.
Yeah, you definitely. I think even as older men, you definitely need to pick and choose who you lay down with, and I think even the whole concept of jump offs, like you shouldn't waste time with someone who you don't see building something with.
Yeah.
Because, or if you're gonna fuck, at least be smart. And they just make so much contraception and shit and fucking ways to.
I know people.
I'm just saying, at least put people out there. I get you on that, but I'm just saying, at least try. At least try, because motherfuckers out there just raw
dogging.
I know I ain't used a condom in over 5 years, and this shit's I'm never going back.
My dad all the time. It's like playing Russian roulette.
It's just better. It's just water.
Being single now, and even thinking of the trying to hit raw is like playing Russian roulette.
I couldn't be single now. I wouldn't trust nobody.
You don't know.
You do not know what's going to end up. You don't know if it's a pregnancy, a STD.
I couldn't trust anybody.
Oh. So, you guys know I like to share memes. I share a lot of memes. And today, in particular meme I shared, a classmate of mine felt some type of way about it, and it made me want to pose the question. So this is the meme. It says, she wants a $6,000 ring, $25,000 wedding, a $50,000 car, and a $500,000 house. And all she has to offer you in return is pre-owned pussy. Now the question was asked.
What's wrong with that?
Is this statement setting the precedent that women, that's all women are seen as something to have to offer? And my rebuttal to that was, it's not women in general, but particular women do have a consistency of expecting everything on the table from the man, but only bringing pussy to the table.
See, if my initial reaction is that if you're a woman, you're triggered by that, it's because you're that woman.
I know she's not.
Okay.
I just know
she doesn't appear to be.
No, I know she's not. I know her.
Okay.
I'm just saying, in particular, calm down, man.
I know a lot of women out here. They fuck off. They fuck off their 20s. They get their body count high, and they have a kid or two, and then now all of a sudden they want somebody to come in and swoop them off their feet and be saved. Now they want to save guy.
So in particular, the statement I think is it's triggering now for women because now women are trying to classify it as they're being generalized in that statement. When that statement, I think, is
generalize us every goddamn day. Fuck them. Deal with it.
Okay, so Kevin Wendell.
Fuck them. Fuck them. You know what? No. It's always we're generalizing women. When these women generalize us every day, they benefit off all these goddamn double standards. Take a joke. If you can take a dick, you can take a joke.
What's coming?
I want to go back to the 50s.
That's not going back to the 50s. That's not all that means is that a man who could provide all those things for a woman is looking for a woman who's going to add value to his life.
Add value, yes.
That means that woman is not able to provide value to a particular to that man.
Yeah, it's not meant to be a generalized statement.
No, it's not. That's an individual case because a lot of women out here are adding value to their relationships.
Shout out to the strong woman, positive.
And that value it differs depending on the man, because what I need or what I may need or desire from a woman could be completely different from what you guys desire from your partners. But that value, like I saw something the other day. It says, when a woman gives me something I cannot buy, I will give her everything I have. And most of the time, although a lot of women won't agree with this, that one thing you cannot buy is peace. It's peace of mind. It's loyalty. But they don't want to talk about stuff like that.
Kevin, your 2 cents.
You think just because you got a guac and you a throat goat and you got and your kegels are on point that you deserve all my no. Because guess what?
That's you.
There's almost 8 billion people on the planet. There's a lot of other vaginas out here, man. Of legal consenting age. Yours is not special. And goddamn it, they make goddamn toys. I'm not finna give you. You gotta bring something to the fucking table.
Yeah, that's for us. There's some nigga out there who just wanna walk.
Right.
And that's it.
And then that's the nigga that's not gonna bring food for your other goddamn kids.
You don't know that.
Full circle.
No, there's some CEOs out there that's probably out there like, I don't have time to sit here and talk to you. All I'm trying to do is fuck. Let me just take care of you and shower you. And this does exist. This does exist.
That exists, but he's paying her on the side while he has a family at home.
Oh, well, that's an assumption. No, that's a fact. You can't say that.
That's a fact.
You just said there's 8 billion people on the planet.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because everybody knows, as a man, the more money you make, the more doors open for you, the more women come available to you. The bigger your pot gets.
With the guac in the throat. Shit don't just go to the back of the esophagus.
Yeah. The bitch is doing kegels with her throat, and you're in love.
Oh, you just said.
Oh, again, I say, Kevin.
Here's the butler.
Your 2 cents to this. In the thought process of it, do you agree with Mo as far as it's not a generalization?
No, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a generalization, but if you take it that way, I'm kind of in his lane a little bit. Like, you took it a little too offensive.
You're offended. Hey, my grandma used to tell me only a hit dog gonna holler.
Huh?
Only a hit dog gonna holler.
Oh, only a hit dog gonna holler. I said only a dog gonna holler. Well, damn.
What about you? Is that a generalization, or is that meant for a particular woman?
I felt that's why I rebutted it. It is meant for a particular type of woman, not all women, but a particular type of woman that falls under the category of all I have to offer is this, and you expect everything the world in return. I think that shit's it's common. It's a common thought process, but it is not meant to be a generalization. But there are a lot of women who fall under that thought process of give me the world, but this is all I have to offer you. Like there's not more of it out there.
I think we got to think about it this way too. There's also a lot on the other side that don't think like that at all. But we don't hear from them because they locked up and they locked down and taking care of business.
You talking about women? You talking about the women?
Salute to them. Yeah. To the ones that you don't hear about.
They're all gonna be a pick me.
What?
All right.
Did I say something?
So we're gonna move on to the next topic. It's a hot topic, hot take from the news. This happened in, I believe it was Minnesota. So just hours after her husband died by suicide over the holiday weekend, a mother drowned her 3 children in a Minnesota lake, then killed herself. Officials said that the children were ages 3, 4, and 5, whose bodies were found in a lake in suburban Minneapolis, died in drowning classified as homicides, and their mother died as a result of suicide. Authorities announced Tuesday while identifying the victims. Yi Lee had shot himself to death at his Maplewood home that afternoon. Of one of Cheng's relatives called police to say that she had planned to kill her children and herself, the department said, which results in a welfare check. Deputies eventually tracked Cheng's cell phone to Van Nuys Sucker Lake Regional Park. Searchers recovered all 4 of the family's bodies over 2 days, Martin said. The Ramsey County medical examiner determined that the cause of 4-year-old Quadrillion Lee and 3-year-old Estella Zhu Siab Lee's deaths were drownings and smothering. 5-year-old Phoenix Lee's death was caused by drowning. How does it, as
wait. So
fathers,
2 was smothered, 1 was drowned?
Yeah. So as fathers, when you see stories like this, what is your thought process like? Does it just break your heart? Does it make you think about other things, like as far as like what pushed them to that point? Like,
I mean, not even as a father, as a human being, this shit's kind of it's sad, bro. Because at the end of the day, the kids were innocent. The kids are innocent. You said there were what 3, 4, and 5?
3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. So the kids were innocent. They're not even old enough to do anything on their own. So, I mean that. To me, that's a real effed up situation for the kids. Now, granted, I don't know the full scale of the stipulation between the husband and the wife, but it's like, man, if it's that bad, like you gotta seek help, or at the very least take the kids to the grandparents' house. Like, I don't see why the kids have to be punished.
It seemed like a kind of like a selfish act, like kind of like if he can't be here, then like us as a whole weren't allowed to, like kind of like that was the thought process of the wife. Like he since he's gone, I'm gonna just take all of us with him, type situation. Which like you said, it should have been, let me take these kids to something else or to somewhere else if you're going to decide to make that act of suicide. But what about you, Kevin?
It's rough because both parents transitioned themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the rough part, is not one person thought for the betterment of the kids in that situation. Like you said, it was selfish to think in that light, to if you're not here, then we're not here. Like, I don't know. I feel like there had to be, I don't know, is there science to shit like that?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if they're in a remote area or whatever, but it's like, especially today, like we don't know what the situation is. Something clearly was either building up and then triggered the event. Because I don't think stuff like this don't happen overnight. So there had to be like some period of happiness within the family, and then it just started to go awry at some point. But like, yet and still, bro, like I said, the kids are innocent. Like, why are we?
Yeah.
Why off the kids?
The fucked up thing that I got from that whole story was they said Chang's relatives called police, said she had planned to kill her children and herself, like kind of like she premeditated, like, oh, I'm about to do this, and they
No,
just
she did. She
yeah,
had to, because it's like to do how she did it, like it wasn't like right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could see if it was right away. I'm not saying it would be right. I would say it would make more sense to where it just you lost your shit in that moment. But the fact that it took that time and then she suffocated them,
no, because
it's like there was no fucking. She had no heart towards them, and she pushed them out.
To suffocate someone and you're sitting there holding them down while they struggle to get free, and then I'm thinking the one she drowned, she probably knew they couldn't swim. They just threw them out in the lake. And it's sad to think about it, but the one who drowned probably had the most peaceful death.
Yeah.
It's effed up all around. Honestly, like I don't know. We can't speak to the mental state that she was in, but if people knew ahead of time that this is what she was planning, or she had even joked about it, like them kids should have been removed immediately. Like
I don't give a fuck where I was at. I'd be driving all the way cross country if I had to. I'd be like, I'm driving straight there on the phone the whole time with the police. Like, you got to find these kids.
Yeah. It's
like,
just
that's
as fathers would like the when you think of like shit like that happening, like this happening, and like you think like because like the father had committed suicide hours before or a day before, like you got to imagine how bad could it have been to say I'm gonna just off it and not be here for my kids, or because like that when I read it, that's what ran to my mind. It was like, damn, like how could it have possibly been that you said I'm not gonna be on this planet.
I think when it comes to the father, it could be a lot of things, because like a lot of men suffer in silence, and it could be he could have had years of something weighing on him, and he just couldn't shake it. And a lot of times, even your children can't be that light you're searching for, because the darkness is just so heavy. So with the father, I mean, he was probably just trying to do everything he can, and if he just had a series of unfortunate events, like every move was the wrong move, every turn was the wrong turn, and it just seemed like he was just in a place where he just couldn't get it right, and no matter what he did, nothing panned out. I could see that pressure of being the head of a household, having 5 mouths to feed and clothe, and we know, like, young children require a lot of attention, and with that stress, he's probably not helping out. So then that's more stress on the mom, because what you said, 3, 4, and 5. That's a lot of that's a lot of attention. That's a lot of pulling. That's a lot of demand. So she's probably losing herself and the kids, where she snaps. And it's just a situation to where everyone needed help, and no one was there to be 10 toes down with them when they needed to. And it just got to it got to the breaking point. I mean, because as far as I've had my moments where it's just the weight is heavy, and it doesn't seem like nothing's gonna relieve the pressure or the stress or whatever. But it never gets to the point to where I think about often myself or nothing like that. But it's like, so I can see how one stray strand breaks the back and he just snaps. And on top of that, we don't really know the full extent of his background. Because what if he was a vet and he's seen some shit?
Do we think that could be a part of not knowing your partner too, as well as you think you do?
It could be that. It could also be part of the fact that we're not taught to be vulnerable.
I mean, the whole situation. I
But
mean,
think about it. But think about it. He may not have been vulnerable enough to open up to his wife to let her know what's going on.
I'm saying that maybe he thought she was strong enough to handle it.
Most he probably did.
You get what I'm saying?
Or
Like
he was in a headspace where he felt like she could take, like she would be able to take care of herself and the kids without him around. Yeah,
yeah.
most likely.
I mean, that's like
I mean, because you got to be a really shitty person just to unalive yourself and not feel like, not feel like your family will be okay. But I mean, in the times when the people being laid off and uh, the people being with all the sickness and stuff like that, I can see it being a lot of pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like something you're not gonna really be able to tell or attest to until we know exactly. Like there has to be someone has to fill in the holes of the story, because I think this is
I
something
just
you can't take at face value, and there might be something you'll never be able to explain.
I think the bigger part to me is the fact, like you said, that the the family said she had planned it, and
Yeah,
that's what throws me the most. Not even
Yeah.
her planning it; it's the fact that
the
where
family
was
knew.
the intervention? Like you just
Yeah,
called the police. Like do more. And I
at
don't
the
want to do that because I
at
don't know the whole. Like you said, we don't know all the
right,
details, so I don't want
but
to make it like I'm pushing it on them.
my mind is thinking is that if the family knew she was planning this, that's when you say, "Hey, let me take so and so for a couple of days. Let me take the
Yeah,
kids for a couple of days." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
you gotta get
I
yourself.
get wanting to. I mean, I don't get it, but I can understand wanting to unalive yourself, but but to want to unalive your children. I mean, unless they just had the mindset of I don't want my children to be in this fucked up world. But yet and
I
still,
can't wrap my head around it.
that's not a decision you need to make for them.
Yeah. But moving on. Uh, earlier this week, Mo Lethal had sent me a text message, and it was from a podcast. Shout out to the Crew Season podcast. It was episode 105, and they had a particular segment where there was a woman. Shout out to that queen. Uh, it said something about going through the process of reevaluating her situation with their ex-husband in court over child support. Her ex-husband currently got a new job, so they were trying to increase what he owed her monthly or weekly, actually, from $69 to something else. And she said, "No, I'm good. $69 is fine, as long as the kid, her 4-year-old son, was taken care of. She was a-okay. She didn't need his money to pay her bills." And apparently, the court kept pressing the issue and said, "Are you sure? He has a better job. You can get him for more." She said, "No, I'm good. I don't need his money. He currently had a new wife. She currently had a new husband." She said, "I don't need that man to pay my bills." And then she went on to say, "There's a lot of women out there who make the automatic assumption that because you lay with that man and had a baby with that man, that man's supposed to take care of you." And and they went on to say in the podcast that she was a queen and she was a real one for it. She said, "I got bills. I know he has a family that he needs to take care of. That man knows that he need to take care of me. I got me and my husband got our good situation over here. I'm fine. I don't need his money." So the thought process is such a common one. Like now, with a lot of women are expecting some sort of financial compensation for having kids with men after the fact. So like when they're no longer together, what is your thought process about what she said and to what you've heard and as you've grown up about women and men in relationships going to court dealing with divorce and child support?
Well, I know Kevin's not going to agree with that because he would have brought all them kids to McDonald's. So,
It's all situation.
uh, her direct line was, "I don't need him to pay my bills. I'm gonna have to pay him anyway. What I need him to do is be a father for his child, and he's doing that." And I think that is a mindset that should be the standard. Like, it's not the man's responsibility to take care of you. I don't care how much money you make. Like in the what was that? Like who was that? I forgot what celebrity that was, but when he was had to pay like 110 grand a month in child support. It don't take 110 grand to take care of a child a month. You know what I'm saying? At that point, she's living off of child support, and that's why it's like I think a lot of men um, we see now go through a similar process. Like I didn't understand this. I just learned recently. It's like yeah, every time you get a raise, they can go back in the courtroom and then they get a raise. So it's like you're constantly under this like this. I guess it's a situation where the woman has all the control, complete control, and it's
Apparently
like
the backing of the court because
yeah,
they're like, are you sure?
right.
You don't want to get him for more? Like,
Because I think a lot of women gotta understand is that if you drain this man dry, what kind of father can he be? And then at what point are you just using this because you're bitter? But I think what she was making is, hey, this ain't about me. This is about our son. And what he's providing is more than enough for our son. He has a family. I'm remarried. I have a family. Um, like I said,
made her real.
I mean,
She really thought about.
Yeah.
He got his situation over there. We don't need to put more on him. Yeah. He got his situation over there.
I was like, however that ended, it must have been Apple. Like they must have ended on really good terms.
Yeah.
What? You all right? You smoking? Is that
No, yeah. I just think it's situational.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely situational.
Because they're in a position like, hey, I'm in a good spot.
Right.
Like if it was different and he just walked out and was a piece of shit, fuck it.
Right.
That's how I see it. Fuck it.
And I think what it is that it's a lot of the bitter women of how it ended and why it ended, you know, and they use that as a way to get back at the men, obviously. You know, that's why I love to see when that shit flips. When a woman makes the money, now she had to pay. Oh, I love that. Oh, when they be crying about it, I be like, pay it up. Deal with it.
I know some men who pay child support, who have child support paying.
Deal with it. That's how I feel. Deal with it, because I feel like the whole concept of child support in its nature is good, but the way it's used, it's corrupt. Yes. It's corrupt because it's a lot of times it's not about the kid. So I understand.
It's usually not like that 110,000 you're talking about. It's about her maintaining her lifestyle, not the kids.
Right. So I understand why a lot of fathers be like, I'm not. Don't call me for nothing else. Like I'm already giving her half my check. I don't have money for anything else. Like she got to take care of you with what's getting sent over there with this because I don't have the money for nothing else. I understand that. Like I know I have a coworker. He told me he paid. He was paying like $3,600 a month. I said, damn. I said,
that literally goes back to what we said, be careful where you lay.
Choose wisely. Choose wisely.
And then you wonder why these motherfuckers could be out here killing people. She's literally draining him dry, living the good life. And every time he get a raise, guess where he's at? Back at child support. Go back to court.
Like when you say the bitterness is also in certain circumstances where a woman's like, oh, he's not going to live a better life without me. So therefore, if I keep him.
Half the time, a lot of times it's not even about the men. It's about that bitch ain't finna have the life I'm supposed to have.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's why I respected that heavily. She was like, he got another wife and a family to think about. It's like, damn, most women will not think that way in that situation. Like, oh, he had a family and things he has to think about.
Hey,
like,
most women gonna show up like Byron. That's how they showing up. Like, you got to give me my half, Byron. I got your baby. Like that's how they gonna act. And that's how it is. But then again, like Kevin said earlier, you got to choose wisely. You have to understand that there's different caliber of men, there's different caliber of women. Better choose wisely. Better get you something that's top tier.
Very true.
Like she chose wisely twice.
Hey,
that's a thinking woman.
So, we're gonna end on one story and get you guys' advice. You're gonna give advice to this particular story. I'm gonna read it. You guys tell me what you think of it.
Uh-oh.
So this man went to chime in and said, my girlfriend tried testing my loyalty by using her sister. Making this short, we've been dating for about a month. She had her sister agree to plan and had agreed to a plan, and sister tried to kiss me. I shoved her rather aggressively and yelled at her. I found out that it was a test. Is it a bad that I was about to break up because of this? It made me extremely uncomfortable. What should I do? It's a quick, straight to the point. Pretty much, she told
First
her
of all,
sister.
I got a couple points. If I can take this, Mr. Wendell. Number one, that bitch is stupid because no man, unless he's just a dog, is going to cheat on you with your sister, right? What you should have did is you should have had your best friend slide through.
Yeah, I've seen some niggas when you like.
Hey. I said no decent man. Okay, I didn't say one of these for the street niggas. I said no decent man is going to try to creep on you with your sister, right? And number two, if you have to test if he's loyal to you, that means you're already questioning it.
That's
so if you have doubts, why are you sticking around?
And yes, he could leave, and no one would bat an eye.
I would
go ahead,
dip.
Leave.
I would have dipped. I would have dipped the second she told me it was a test. Well, guess what? I passed and you failed. Bye, bitch.
This is his choice. Choose wisely.
Get out.
Yes.
Get out.
That means the trust is gone, man.
Already.
The trust is so far gone that she brought the sister.
How toxic is it that she literally said, "You got to prove you love me."
No, second. How bad is her sister? Her sister.
He went on.
Bad.
He wanted to update.
She might be a longer.
He went to update and said I had to sit down and told her how uncomfortable it made me feel. And how this might not work out long term. I also read to her some people's responses to his advice that he was seeking. She got super heated and accused me of being the manipulative one. I had no right posting our private information to those people.
Nigga,
let me do this.
That sounds like somebody. That sounds like somebody who was guilty. She felt guilty.
No, my nigga. Time out. He should have smashed. He should have smashed and been like, "We're gonna sit down. Since you don't trust me, and this is over,
bro.
Now me and your sister,
bro. If you want to be real petty, go back and get the sister pregnant, so that way she got to see you.
God, Jake, you were
on, man.
No, she started the toxic things when I gotta prove my love.
Mom,
I'm doing all the right things. You gonna test my loyalty with your sister? So guess what? I'm gonna see if your sister love you and see if she carried this baby or not.
You didn't listen to the rest of the podcast, did you? If her sister was down,
I chose violence.
If her sister was down, she gonna be hitting him for child support.
Yeah,
the sister still gonna get that money.
He might be the nigga only giving her one McDonald's meal.
Sometimes when you make a point, it costs a lot of money. Okay.
One McDonald's meal.
A whole lot of chicken nuggets.
Sometimes it costs money to make a point.
Just bring a 20 piece for all the kids.
With that being said, this has been episode 51 of the Heavyweight Podcast. We appreciate the love and the comments and the subscriptions and the downloads and the whole nine. But again, I am Stutter McFly with these two guys.
I'm Mr. Kevin Wendell. I got to get in that mode. You know what I'm saying? Got to bless him.
And
he's blessing them with McDonald's. I'm Molito.
Damn, he's blessing them. No. With that being said,
diabetes.
Till next week, Pix out. All love you guys. Peace.
Hey.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.